everyone, it's Lorraine with BJK University and coming to you live. So, last time we met, we talked about what it takes to become an entrepreneur. It takes courage, it takes you having determination to go after your goals, not letting anything get in your way. It's all in or nothing at all. You either go for it or go back to your cubicle. It's one of the two, but you have to stop complaining either way. There's no room for that. You have to know what you want. So write your goals out, know what you want, find mentorship, and go for it. So now I'm going to give you the blueprint to actually how to start a business. What am I looking for? What is the one thing I'm looking for? You need to do some research, okay? Check out the people you're going to be working with that you're choosing or that you're looking at. Do a little research on them, make sure that we don't want to be working with any scammers. I know I don't. Now, I have a background in investigations through my military career and through my local businesses that I created here in Hawaii. So, this is what I do. When I look at a company, I investigate them, I deep dive into it. Now it's easier with AI. You just have to decipher through what's real and what's not. A lot of times people are rushing to what is that, Trust Pilot, and they read the negative. And it's like, read the negative, but read where it's really coming from. And somebody you can tell that didn't do the work. They never put in the effort or anything, but then they complain that it didn't come to them easy. It's like, ugh. Like, well, you know what? You can read through that. So when you're looking at and reading about a company, really take a good look at them and take a good look at the owner. When you find out they're legit, then you dive a little bit deeper. Do they have a community? Do they have a community of like-minded people that you can surround yourself that fuels that energy? That's what you want. It's like we have school, SKOOL. This is vetted entrepreneurs. And this is where Alex Arozzi is too, as well. And don't think he wouldn't join school if it weren't legit. So, school is the platform we use. It's filled with all different types of entrepreneurs. And then when you click on BJK University, once you join the course, you'll be prompted to join the school, our school community. And this has like-minded entrepreneurs in here and many, many successful ones. So we work with over 6,000 students in the community, and I'm going to show you around a little bit. And it's a lot of fun in here. Let me see, screen share. I have to share the screen so you can see. Okay, so this is our school community. We have, guess what? TikTok is coming. We're going to be working with TikTok. We have our Milestone Monday. This is where people just jump in. So we post it, and usually it has a little yellow banner on it. There it is, Milestone Monday. You get in here and you create self accountability. Here is one of my favorite ones, our wins. We have little ones here that look, we have an AI chatbot. If you want or wake up in the middle of the night and you want to answer fast, if you want to talk to the coaches, we tell you to drop it in the community all the time because what you're doing is you're actually giving back. We have people that are working with AI and they're showcasing some of their stuff. And this is really, really cool. We're sharing what we're doing and we're helping others to learn how to do it as well. General post, this is where we are now. And then our wins. And I'm going to go to the bottom of the page and show you. Now, we've only been in school for a couple years. Look at that. There's 82 pages of wins. We just have thankful I have reached 10K in sales, Kathleen. She just put in for her 5-figure award because that's what we do. We give back. And then I can scroll page after page after page and find many wins. Oh, there's even Bashar's in here. He always has. Sunday Vibes Entrepreneur Edition. There's so much going on. Mastermind recap. We have a mastermind in Miami. And so here's James. He is 5 and 6-figure winner headed towards, I believe, 7 figures. So he writes everything that's up here. I think it was fabulous. I stayed behind for this one to cover school and to cover the webinars while the rest of the coaches headed on out. So we're always covering each other. There's just so much going on in here. And you can read all about it. Connecting with two of the students connected together. They live in two different states and they network together and then they grow their business even more. Here's another graft over here. Crossing the 200K this year. Vijaya. How awesome is that? I remember that one. I finally started making sales. I just started making sales. Why? Because she got in with the coaches. Excuse me. A lot of times when we start things, we think we know it. So we pull back from the community and we pull back from everything. We try to go it alone again. And then what ends up happening is there's a gap. And this is exactly when she came back. And that's when it started to scale again. So this is how it works. You make sure you're in with your coaches. You make sure you attend the webinars and ask questions live. These are amazing. Look at this, winning partnership. Milestone achieved. 32 days, I've reached my 5-figure milestone. There's so many wins in here. Thank you, BJKU, for an amazing award. Here's the 5-figure award. So there's just win after win after win in here. And that's one of my favorite things. So there's like-minded entrepreneurs. This is who you want to surround yourself with. See, a lot of times when we're trying to do a business, you're going to be confronted by people that have never opened a business. Now, they have your best intentions at heart, and they think they're protecting you. It's like, oh, you can't. My daughter-in-law. And she's like, okay. So I gave the business, my third business, to the kids so that they can understand and know what it's like to run a business. And then they can get that entrepreneurial bug. They had it, but weren't sure what to do, what to start. I said, well, I'll just, I'm going to retire out. And you guys can have this business. I've made my money with it. I've gotten my investment back. You guys can have it. And I'll inject some money, and every payroll, you pay me like I'm on the payroll because I hold the certificate for the company, and you won't have to pay for all of that. And they're like, okay, so I just was on the payroll. I sign off on 1, 2, 3 things a month, and I get a little stipend there, maybe $1,000 every 2 weeks. I'm good with that. That's my groceries and my house bills. And then it just keeps going. So they did really well, and then they sold out. And so now they're looking at opening up a business that they want. And now they know how to do it. So the thing is, I want to teach you how to open up your business and what it takes. And it's not as hard as you think. People make excuses about, I don't want to go in debt. Anything you do puts you in debt. It's not debt, it's an investment. People look at it the wrong way. Oh, that puts me in debt. No, you're investing in the best asset you have in the world, yourself. Who knows you better than you? If you don't want to invest, it means you don't trust yourself. Don't blame everybody else. Don't blame debt. Don't blame nobody else but you. The ball and the buck always, for your entire life, lands at your desk. Always. No matter what environment you live in, no matter what job you're in, you have choice. It's like, I hate my job, but I have to pay the bills. Well, who says you can't look for another one in the meantime? And what happens when you land a great one? You put in your notice here and you leave there. You make moves. You don't settle. Entrepreneurs never settle. Well, I need to make more money so I can do more. Well, yeah, the more you earn, the more you can do. And this is great. And me, one of the main things I do, and I have my vision board, is donations. I love donating money to help others. If I have, I want others to have. I don't hoard. Excuse me. I don't hoard. I want to be able to share, because when you share the wealth, it comes back to you and you can end up sharing more. It really does. What you put out in the universe, whatever you put out is what you get back. Case in point, I'm walking down the street one day, and there was a lady, and I saw her from a distance, and she looked like she was a little bit in a fog. And everybody in the morning, I say, good morning as I'm walking. It's Hawaii. Everybody has aloha here. And I look and I say, good morning. And she says nothing. And, she was about ready to walk. I leaned my head down and said, "Good morning." And she looked at me and said, "Oh, good morning." And automatically, my smile made her smile. The energy I put out was captured and she caught it. And that made her smile. So what you put out comes back. And sometimes more than you think. So you want to put out some good energy. You want to put out that determination so that you can get it back. You want to put out that I want to learn so that the person who knows can come in and help you. Um, a lot of people tend to think, I was like, well, I don't want to ask for help. I'm always asking for help. I'm like, one of the main things we are called to do is love one another and help one another. This is who we are. Okay, this is who we are designed to be, to love one another and help one another. If you don't ask me, I don't get to help. If I don't ask you, you don't get to help. So nobody helps anybody. So by you asking, you're helping me help you. So just ask. The dumbest question is the one never asked. And that means I hear this all the time. Oh, it's such a stupid question. No, it's not. No question is stupid as long as you ask it and get an answer. The reason being is if you want to know, even if you think it's a stupid question or a silly question, it will always in your mind be there. It's like this little thing that irritates you. And you ever said, I know there's something, but I can't put my finger on it? Well, it's a question you never asked. Sooner or later, it'll swing around again. And then you'll be just like, never got the answer to that. I don't know. But it's still there. It is still there. So get rid of it. Get rid of it out of your mind to keep your mind always nice and clear. Okay? Always. So there's no such thing as a dumb question. Dumbest question, one never asked. So ask away. And we have many ways of you getting your answers. If you think the coaches are sleeping, not. No coaches sleeping here. We're always in. We're always in. We're always asking. We're always looking. We're always tripping over each other to answer questions for students and entrepreneurs, learners. Earn while you learn. This is what we do. We earn while we learn. So here's the blueprint. Here's a great blueprint. Other people's money. Now, we'll go to the bank and use other people's money. It's called a loan. And we'll use that. Okay. Now, what happens when you get it? Now, loans come with interest rates, depending on your credit and things. You want to get in with a company that's legitimate that has a payment plan. Payment plans, not upfront everything right there. Payment plans. And that comes with great interest. Now, most times you can get 0% interest for a certain period of time. That's the one you want to go for. But if they don't and they have an interest rate, make sure they're low. And it's like, okay, don't miss a payment. That's fine. Now I don't have to put the whole thing up. I can spread it out over time and I'm not pinched, but I get to start my business. I get to jump in. It's like, okay, I got the loan for X amount for the course and I have real mentors. I have a community. Now I need money for my product. Now I've got the next blueprint and not one dime has literally come out of my main pocket yet. Okay. Now I will pay back the course. Not a problem, but I pay in small installments that don't hurt me. So now the next thing I want to do is I need to get money for a product, but I want a quality product. So I need a little bit more than, $2,000. I want at least $5,000, somewhere around there, 5, 10 grand. 10 grand is perfect. I was like, and people's like, oh, wow, debt. No, that is opportunity. That's the best opportunity because it doesn't come out of your pocket. Okay. So we do card stacking. Card stacking is easy. I get these in the mail all the time. Okay, here's one. See that nice little zeros that are up here? Zero APR. See that nice little zero right there? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for zero APR, but I'm also looking for cash back. Cash back on purchases. So I will go through this and I will look at it. This one's sitting here because I have 2 cards. When one expires, I will not use that card anymore. I will cut it up and I will get a new one with a new 0 APR. This way, whatever I paid for, I'm going to pay the exact amount back. I don't have to pay interest like other cards. This is a smart way to go. So now this one's city and it's sitting there. Next month, another city will show up on my desk. I'll toss this one out and I'll put the new one up there. So I always have a couple sitting up here. So when I'm ready to go, then The others two are paid off. I will not use them. I will cut it up. All done. Delete. And I open a new one. And we're ready to go. Now what happens? I want inventory. So I'm going to go and I'm going to source for my product. I have 2 cards sitting here with 0 APR, not used yet. I get it as close as possible to the time I'm going to put in my down payment for my product. So I don't want to lose a month just sitting there with nothing. So I'll go ahead and I'll get 2 cards. The first one I'll get right away. The second one I'll get right as soon as I put in my down payment, because it'll arrive as my product is getting done. And then the second one, I'm going to pay the second half of the rest of the down payment. I'm going to put in the bulk, the rest, because the down payment's only 30%. But with the cash back, I've made cash back. I pay the first installment with the cash back. Still no money has come out of my pocket. Okay. So now my product is shipping to Amazon. By the time it gets to Amazon, I'm getting ready to launch. Now I may be right caught in the middle. I could probably make one payment, but the next payment is going to come from the sales from Amazon. So the payments pay Amazon, and still nothing has come out of my pocket, other people's money. So credit cards, 0 APR and cash back, and financing for what you want to do for a legitimate course with mentors who actually care about what you're doing. This is the major blueprint for how entrepreneurs do it. They do it all the time. And then you worry about, well, what about the taxes at the end of the year? Oh, let me tell you about that. So if you've sold, like, say, $50,000 worth of goods, and Amazon will send you at the end of the year how much taxes are owed on this. So they move the taxes are actually given to the buyer. But the profits, whatever you made on the sales, you get taxed on. Okay. There's a tax in there. So what happens is it'll say you owe $2,700 in taxes. Oh, okay. Well, I paid $5,000 for my product. That came out of my pocket. It actually came out of the credit card, but it still came from you. I take that $5,000 and I use it as a deduction against the $2,600, $2,700 I owe, and I wipe it clean to 0. You owe nothing now. That's how it's done. So now you have financing for your school, and get this. Now you have a little bit of extra. So you've made your money back, you keep it in the bank, and then you restock. Whatever's extra over, pay the school program back. And now none of that comes out of your pocket either. That's how that works. So you're still building up more cash back. So now you're going to pay for your next inventory. And if you have cash back, I like to build that cash back up. So now I use the credit card again to do the next 30% down, but I still have cash back in there. So I'll use that to pay a portion of it. And now instead of paying this much, I pay that much. And then it gets over to Amazon and Amazon pays it off. And that's how that's done. This is why it's great to be an entrepreneur and work with people that know what they're doing and that can help guide you. So especially when it comes to finance, especially when it comes to product and inventory, getting the right product, doing your launching correctly, doing your listing correctly, setting up your advertisement correctly. And it's like, oh, but advertising, it's going to cost so much. I'm like, it comes out of the sale. It doesn't come out of your pocket. It comes out of the sale. So again, no money out of your pocket. If you know these things, your decision making becomes so much easier. Don't always look for the avenue of excuse. Oh, I'm looking for risk. Everything's a risk. Everything you do is a risk. There's no guarantee on anything. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. You walking out the door and making it home is not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Live your life, and they tell you this, live your life like there's absolutely no tomorrow. And what would you do with it? I'm opening my business. I'm going to run with this, and I'm going to make it the best ever. I am going to be successful. I'm going after that time freedom. I'm going for it. You plant your feet firmly on the ground and don't you ever look back or make any excuses for anything. That is a weak mindset. All in. Here, hold my beer. Let's do this. And so, this is the blueprint that you have for creating a successful business. As an entrepreneur, always be knowledgeable about what's available to you. Okay, so get into a course that has financing, start getting cards with zero APR and cash back, and very minimal will ever come out of your pocket. And that's how that's done. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you on the next video. Aloha, ahui ho, and ciao.